Well, Kyron, congratulations. From 11.5, it all looks pretty straightforward, but my goodness me, that last frame before the mid-sesh that you nicked, requiring 3 snookers, turns out to be massive.
Yeah, you kind of get a sense that, it's obviously a do or die frame when obviously the snookers are sort of there and you've got them, and then the balls are on the spots ready to clear. You realise how important it is, and I think with the sort of lack of tournaments that we've had, obviously due to the coronavirus, they're the sort of frames that you sort of have the question mark looming over you, whether or not you're sharp enough to take out that clearance. So, yeah, very pleased that I obviously steadied myself and managed to do that.
It's a funny scoreline, 11.5, because you're so close to the line, you're almost over it. And you mentioned to some of the other guys in the press room that you perhaps didn't feel as up for it when you came out as you thought you needed to be.
Yeah, I just kind of felt a little bit too relaxed today. There was no real nerves, and I'm one of those players that I like to have a little bit of adrenaline pumping, and I feel like that's when I sort of produce my best sort of snooker, and there was none of that today until that moment where I had to make the clearance. And it's hard to explain it really, but it's just all down to experience. And I was there in a similar position to Mark Allen. I was 11.5 up and he won all 4 to go 11.9. So yeah, those horrible nightmares were flooding back at 11.8.
And I guess we now look forward to a massive match between you and Judd. Do you think the fact that it is you two, and we know what a fabulous match we all hope it would be, do you think that will get the adrenaline going, even though there'll be no roar from the crowd when you both walk out?
Yeah, 100%. I had the adrenaline going against Martin. It was just purely for the fact that I was 11.5 up today, and I've just took my foot off the gas a little bit, and Martin did put me under pressure. But it's obviously at the end of the day we're in the quarterfinals of the World Snooker Championship. Matches like that, if you can't get up for those and have the adrenaline pumping for those, there's something wrong with you.
You tend to have some good matches between the two of you. You're 28, he's 30. You could end up being the iconic rivalry of the next sort of 5 or 10 years once people like Ronnie and Mark Williams and John Higgins eventually retire. It's an important dynamic between the two of you, isn't it, in terms of selling snooker?
Yeah, 100%. It's nice to have that sort of coming through. You can't rely on the top guys, the class of '92, forever. At some point, they are unfortunately going to leave our game. I've learned a lot from those 3 players in particular, and playing those guys over the last few years. And like you said, hopefully that puts me in good stead going forward for, what you guys want to call a potential rivalry going forward.
Well, and you're up for this, and the other thing is, because you've both beaten each other, you're not intimidated by Judd, are you, or what he's achieved this season and through his career thus far?
No, not at all. For me, it's about sort of using him as a benchmark, really, trying to achieve what he has. Seeing someone like Judd achieve what he has, obviously it makes me think, I want to be there myself. What have I got to do to get there? Obviously, one of those things is to beat players like Judd. You have to beat the top players to win these big events. And it's nice that obviously I keep putting myself within that mix.
Well, we're really looking forward to that one. Well done today.
Thanks very much. Cheers.